Welcome back. A Las Vegas couple is finding out the hard way that sometimes the American dream can turn on you. They bought a home, but things then went south from there.
13 Investigates anchor Tricia Kean shows you how these local homeowners wound up homeless.
Check out this quaint Las Vegas house.
Kind of like that Jetsons kind of quirky kind of vibe, which, I mean, it's great, and it's a cul-de-sac, not a through street, and it's quiet.
AJ and Evie Morris fell in love with it back in 2017. It was recently flipped and move-in ready, but you wouldn't know that stepping into the home today. The couple says they've had problems from the start.
The very first time it rained in the house.
like drenched.
That leak was fixed, but a new one popped up when it rained again.
At the same time, the bathroom over here actually started flooding.
The bathtub and the toilet.
That's when they called a plumber who uncovered another major issue, a leak under the home's foundation.
Thanks to corroded sewage lines.
That's not all. The Morrises say the back half of their house is actually sinking. There's also concerns about the gas line and electrical problems. The Las Vegas Department of Building and Safety declared the home substandard and forced them to move out.
We did have an estimate done to completely remediate the home. This was before the slab leak occurred. That estimate was $263,000 to do everything to code.
Evie and AJ say this could have been avoided. They point the finger at the company that flipped the house, VAC Fund 1. 13 Investigates obtained these old pictures of the home before the remodel.
Because it wasn't open concept, there was a wall here. The stove was here in the middle, the sink was over here, there was a window here.
Multiple plumbing fixtures have been completely rerouted, not just renovated, but completely underground rerouted.
The seller's real property disclosure form presented to the Morrises when they bought the home says no repairs were made without required building permits. But public records show no permits were ever pulled by any licensed contractors. The Morrises claim they've tried getting help from local real estate broker John Gafford, an investor with VAC Fund 1, but they say he turned them away.
When we went and saw Gafford at his office, he was like, nope, I'm not going to do anything.
So 13 Investigates reached out to Mr. Gafford.
Unfortunately, the guys that got into this have all fled the state. So I'm kind of the last man standing to deal with situations like this.
Gafford explained as an investor, he never had any involvement in remodeling the homes the company purchased. He also says he didn't fill out the seller's real property disclosure given to the Morrises.
I'm not responsible for this, but yes, I was a partner in the business, so I am accountable. And I'm trying to make things right. And it's been very, very difficult based on what they're saying.
Gafford points to insurance money the Morrises collected to fix the house.
There was a very large settlement. So I called the guy back and I said, well, wait a second, you just got a huge insurance settlement for this. What's going on? And his response was, we can do whatever we want with that money. At which point our relationship became adversarial.
We went back to the Morrises, who admit they collected a settlement. AJ says they put that money toward repairs, but says it didn't even put a dent in the total cost. Now the two sides have lawyered up and are set to go to trial. There are lessons to be learned here.
Do your own research ahead of time. Look at what information might be available relative to that property address. See what documents or pictures come up.
The Nevada Contractors Board says, don't be afraid to ask for a list of contractors that have performed any work on the house. Just like the Morrises, look for any permits from the building department.
If you can tell that work has been done and you can't locate a permit, that's typically a red flag.
After buying a home, be sure to file a complaint if any issues come up with work that was performed.
The Contractors Board can investigate cases against licensed contractors within 4 years of the work being performed. With unlicensed contractors, you have a 2-year window from the date of that contract.
As for the Morrises, learn their lesson and say they'll do things differently next time.
If we buy another house, before you buy, yeah, you fall in love with it, but do a little bit of investigation.
And that was Tricia Kean there reporting. Now make sure you pick up a book today.